Man, what's going on, everybody? So everybody that knows me knows that I'm a di- whole life since early 2000s, like 2007. I've been a diehard Lakers fan, and I was real skeptical at the beginning of this year, wondering if we had any chance at all in getting anywhere. And wasn't thinking we did have a chance at first, but I'm about to react to this video because the last couple weeks I've been liking the way that I've been seeing them play and everything. Like it's really been LeBron's fitting into that. That's why I didn't know how good they would do at the beginning because I didn't know how well LeBron would fit into having to not be who he's been his whole career, the main person, the engine, and now he's stepping back into that third player or that third option role, and he's passing more. He's not shooting a lot. I like the way they've been playing. So we're about to react to this, and let's see if let me know in the comments if you think the Lakers have even a little bit of a chance to make it to the end.
A few months ago, the Los Angeles were in a weird spot. Brian Windhorst laid out the uncomfortable truth on ESPN.
When Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves play together, they're just not a good team. When Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic play together, when it's just the two of them out there, the Lakers are an excellent team.
The metrics absolutely backed his words up. When Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, and LeBron James shared the floor in the first half of the season, their net rating was a miserable minus 9.8. But when you took LeBron off the floor and just let Luka and Reeves run the show, that net rating skyrocketed to plus 19.3. That's almost a 30-point swing.
I don't care what anybody says. The Lakers got the two best white boys in the league, hands down. Luka and Austin Reeves, man, AR-15 can shoot lights out. Luka, get him pissed off. Literally against the Miami game I was watching, I said, they started talking to him. I said, don't piss him off. He's going to drop 60 on you, y'all. He literally dropped 60 that night.
Per 100 possessions, which is just massive. Charles Barkley actually predicted these struggles just after the Luka trade happened.
This thing is not going to be smooth in LA with him and LeBron. Because both of them want the ball 100% of the time.
So to most, this year felt like a gap year with first-round exit as the ceiling. But things have turned around recently, and it's largely due to LeBron being forced to do something we've never really seen before. Let's get right into it. Now, as I'm recording this, the Lakers are 12-2 in the last 14 games, or in the month of March.
I hear a little static in my headphones, so if it's staticky on video, let me know, y'all.
So far. They've been on an incredible run that saw them go from the 6th to the 3rd seed in the Western Conference. And it wasn't like they added some game-changing player to their roster or anything like that. It was actually LeBron's injury that ignited the change. In early March, LeBron took a hard fall against the Nuggets, injuring his left elbow and forcing him to sit out. He missed just 3 games, but that short window was enough to trigger an awakening. The Lakers won 3 in a row, but it really shined a light on a broader trend. Across the entire season, whenever Luka and Reeves played without LeBron, Los Angeles went 9-2. The offense in those games wasn't just good, it was actually historically efficient, posting a 125.7 offensive rating.
They have the talent. They just got to figure out. All year I've been saying that. They have the talent. LeBron needed to step back and let Luka take the reins, and he's doing that now. He sees that. We have Jackson Hayes and Andre, or whatever his name is, got the big man right now. I can't think of his name. And then Marcus Smart coming in, man, was huge. He is literally the engine, man. He be creating stuff that nobody else on the team is. And it's everybody watching Marcus hustle, I've noticed lately, has made other people dive on. I seen LeBron dive on the ground for a loose ball for the first time in years. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Without LeBron being there and demanding so many touches, the offensive hierarchy started making sense. Luka was given the ultimate freedom to dominate the ball and dictate the entire flow of the game. With all the defensive attention tilted towards him, Reeves naturally slid into the perfect secondary role. Whenever defenses would blitz Luka, he was...
The way they've been playing lately, I think they got like a good chance to make a deep playoff run for sure. As long as they keep playing like they have been. They keep hustling. The big boys keep doing what they got to do down low, keep rebounding. LeBron keeps playing that third option and looking for the open players like he has been instead of shooting like he had to do for the rest of his career. I think we have a decent chance to get. I don't know if we have a good chance of winning it, but I think we have a decent chance of getting pretty far this year.
Was right there to punish them by aggressively attacking the closeouts. What's kind of funny in all of this, LeBron's agent Rich Paul actually pushed back against the media narrative initially. He argued that he had never seen a team in his life that was actually better without LeBron James. But the reality is that the Lakers aren't necessarily
Drop a
better
like and
without
comment
LeBron
in the chat, y'all.
player.
Let me know if
They're
y'all
just
think the Lakers got a chance
better
of
without
winning it
LeBron
this year.
playing that highly ball-dominant style. So the question became, what's gonna happen when he returns? And what we got was a positive surprise. LeBron looked...
I was surprised. 100% I was surprised. I didn't know how it was going to work. I didn't know if LeBron was going to be able to fall back into a different role than he's been playing his whole career. I didn't think he could do that, but he did it, and he's doing it flawlessly these last 2 to like 14 games, and it's been working.
At how well Luka and Reeves were playing together and seemingly just chose to step out of their way. Even JJ Redick admitted that the absolute best thing for the team is for LeBron to be the third highest used player. And right away we saw some massive historical anomalies to illustrate it. For example, in his return game against Chicago...
I have not watched this, guys. I only liked it. It popped up. I clicked on it. I watched like 30 seconds of it, and I liked it so I could react to it on stream. So I haven't watched this, and I literally just said that I thought LeBron was the third option in my eyes. That's what it looked like was going on out there, and he said the same thing.
LeBron ran a total of 3 pick and rolls as the primary ball handler. That is his second lowest total in any recorded game over the last 13 years of tracking data. In other words, he just abandoned the play type that defined his dominance for over 2 decades. Now guys, just a second, please make sure you subscribe to our channel and discover this international alternative perspective on the NBA. We do these videos weekly, and we would really appreciate your support. Okay, so instead of initiating the offense, Bron transformed into an entirely different kind of player. One who really just stopped holding the ball. His average seconds per touch has gone down by a full second, and average dribbles have been cut in half. See, before the injury, isolations made up 14 points.
See, that was the one thing I said at the beginning of the year that I could tell. And ever since LeBron has been playing off the ball and catching it in transition and everything, he's been doing great. I said LeBron is losing his handle as he gets older a little bit. And it's true. He is just losing his handle a little bit. But the way he's playing now, he doesn't need that handle, because the only time he really dribbles is when he's downhill. And he's still one of the most unstoppable players going downhill.
6% of Bron's offense. Over these last games after returning, that number plummeted to just 4.1%. Now, instead of pounding the rock, he's actually setting screens for other guys. His frequency as a pick and roll roller jumped from a tiny 1.6% up to 6.1%.
And I'm a LeBron fan. I'm a Lakers fan, but like I'm not a LeBron. Like LeBron's not my GOAT. Like, to me, Kobe's my GOAT, but Michael and Kobe are 1 and 2 to me, because without Michael, there wouldn't be no Kobe. But LeBron's in my top. Especially if he wins a ring this year, he's number 3 in my eyes.
And he's hunting mismatches down low, with post-ups climbing from 14%
Drop a like and comment, y'all. Let me know what y'all think.
And I think what this new playstyle tells Luka and Reeves is that, guys, this is your team now. I'm just gonna be here, provide experience and my IQ, and then create additional advantages on the court. We saw the ultimate proof of this commitment in a recent loss against Detroit.
And another thing I've been noticing is it seems like Luka has been playing a little bit better defense lately, the past like 15 to 20 games. It seems like he's been playing a lot better defense in my eyes anyway. And I think a lot of that comes from Marcus, because Marcus is a defense machine. And once Marcus gets to doing all the little things, tipping passes and diving on the ground and everything, that I think it just comes, the rest of the team kind of just follows suit.
The Lakers' 9-game win streak was snapped, but the biggest shocker was LeBron going completely scoreless in the first half for the first time since 2010. And instead of complaining about it, he simply told reporters this.
It's the role that I'm playing for the ball club. In order for us to win ball games, it's the role that I'm playing, and it's just how the game is going.
Give me that set! You guys!
Sorry, y'all. I got to pause it during ads. I ain't getting paid for this shit. Not from these ads, so I'm not fucking playing them out loud. God dang, there's no skip button today, huh? All right, I guess.
LeBron to accept this role is that due to the 65 game limit, he isn't going to be a candidate for the All-NBA rosters for the very first time in his career.
And
these sacrifices had a massive effect on the rest of the roster, starting with Luka Doncic. Because LeBron is now willing to space the floor, make secondary cuts, and act as a physical decoy, Luka was given absolute freedom to be the undisputed alpha.
Luka deserves MVP this year. There's no question about it. He deserves MVP 100%.
Of the offense. The numbers he's been putting up are honestly difficult to comprehend. During that 9-game winning streak, Luka averaged a staggering 40 points, 8.5 rebounds, and 7.5 assists. No Laker in the history of the franchise has ever done what Luka did in that span. Not Shaquille O'Neal, not Kobe Bryant, not
those stats alone for 9 games are insane.
Magic Johnson. And not only did he score at least 30 points in every single one of those games, but also managed to put up a combined total of 100 points in that.
I actually like the way they've been playing, man. I feel like the Rockets is going to be easy. That's going to be easy. Like, I feel like all the first few games of the playoffs should be easy. That's why I think we got a decent chance of actually making a decent run this year. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a delusional Lakers fan, but at the beginning of the year, I would have told you, nah, we probably won't even make the playoffs. But now I think we have a decent chance.
Back-to-back games against Houston and then
Drop
Miami.
a like and comment,
however,
y'all.
To me, it isn't about the stats. It's about how he's getting to them. The answer is simple. Pure, unadulterated one-on-one dominance. See, he's still playing the same amount of goals, but Luka's isolation numbers have just exploded. Before LeBron's injury, isolations made up 16.5% of Luka's offense at 4.5 possessions a game. Since then, that frequency has gone up to 23%.
I've seen some crazy players. I've been watching NBA for 20 years. I've seen some crazy players do some crazy things. There's some shit that Luka does sometimes in his like slow motion that he does it in that I've never seen any players do.
0.3%, with Luka taking defenders one-on-one 7.4 times a night on an even better efficiency. When teams try to blitz him, he's got DeAndre Ayton waiting for high-arcing lob passes over the double team for easy buckets. Also, because LeBron is now moving off the ball.
Everybody else counted Ayton out at the beginning of the year. They said he was soft and all this. From what I've been seeing, he's playing hard. Yeah, he doesn't put up the most like numbers on the scoreboard the most, but I think he's averaging what, like 10 points a game. But that boy be down there getting shit done sometimes. At the beginning of the season, in the middle of the season, sometimes I would notice him slacking off, not boxing out and shit. But it seems like lately he's been
more and setting screens while Reeves is attacking closeouts and running pick and rolls. Luka doesn't have to put up those crazy contested miracle shots as much. He's trusting the system, isolating with purpose, and completely neutralizing.
Jake LaRavia, hustle machine too. He be diving on the ground, getting into passing lanes and shit like crazy. That's why like everybody's kind of finding their role and fitting in. It makes me think they might actually have a decent chance.
Whatever coverage the defense throws at him. So yeah, the Lakers offense right now looks beautiful to watch, but what actually makes this sustainable for the playoffs is the cultural shift they had on defense. And interestingly enough, it all started with LeBron's effort. Austin Reeves actually shared a great story about how JJ Redick asked the team if they were tired during a timeout, and LeBron immediately
drop a like
said
and comment if y'all think the
Reeves
Lakers
looked
are
at
going to win
LeBron
this
and
year.
thought for a second and said, if a 41-year-old isn't tired, I can't be either. Also, I'm sure you all saw the viral LeBron hustle play where he dives onto the hard.
That's what I'm talking about. You never seen nothing like that before Marcus got there. I haven't seen LeBron dive on the ground for a ball in years.
Would like Dennis Rodman just to secure the loose ball. That level of effort is highly contagious, and in my eyes, that was something that the Lakers were missing badly. Even Luka, who has been heavily criticized for his defensive efforts and complaining to referees, saw a massive spike in deflections.
I be getting mad sometimes, especially at the beginning of the year. I was getting mad, like, bro, you can get the call, just play ball, stop.
And loose balls recovered during the stretch. When your best players actually start doing the dirty work, the rest of the roster then falls in line. Take Marcus Smart, who has had...
I was just about to say, you can thank Marcus for all these players starting to play defense. Marcus is the reason all these Laker boys are playing defense and hustling now. Without Marcus on this team, I don't think we would have the chance.
On and off season so far. In this winning stretch, he has become the absolute anchor of this whole offensive operation. And again, the advanced numbers back that up completely. Through 62 games, Smart is posting a team best plus minus at plus 238. When he's on the floor, the Lakers actually concede 8.5 fewer points per 100 possessions compared to when he sits, which is just elite. Redick uses him as the ultimate point of attack stopper. Against Minnesota, for example, Smart was the primary defender on Anthony Edwards and held him to just 14 points on a 2 for 15 shooting. A few days later,
that's unbelievable. Anthony Edwards is a freaking beast. To hold him 14 points is crazy.
Against the Nuggets, he locked up Jamal Murray, holding him to 5 points on 1 for 14 shooting. So his
okay, I didn't know that Marcus was locking motherfuckers up like that. I knew he was getting busy on defense, but Jesus.
Impact has been undeniable. Now, I know it's easy to get caught up in the hype of a late season winning streak in Los Angeles, but I really don't believe this is just a random hot streak. Just recently, many people, including my friends and colleagues, were completely writing this team off. But right now, their offense has been optimized and is led by the most dominant scorer in the league. And they aren't just beating the teams that are tanking. They already proved they can beat the absolute elite teams in the West. In fact, they have a combined 7-2 head-to-head record against the Nuggets, Rockets, and Timberwolves, aka the other 3 teams that are competing for that crew.
So really, the only 2 teams we got to really worry about are anything from the East would be Boston, OKC, and what? And then the Spurs in the West.
Crucial 3rd seed. And having secured the season tiebreaker against all 3 of those squads, I think they proved they have the tools to actually compete in the playoffs this year. How far, of course, will highly depend on the matchups. But what do you guys think? Are the Lakers actually set up to make a deep
what do y'all
run,
think?
or
Drop
is
a like
this
and
late
comment.
season
Let me know what you
surge
think.
just a hot streak? Drop all your thoughts in the comments below.
Let me know what y'all think. You think we can win it this year, or is it just a fluke? Peace out, man. Still alive checking out.